We start the day's other headlines in Minnesota, where federal prosecutors have issued subpoenas to at least 5 officials amid a federal immigration crackdown in that state. The DOJ is seeking documents from Governor Tim Walz, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, St. Paul Mayor Cully Herr, State Attorney General Keith Ellison, and Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty. All are Democrats. The subpoenas mark an escalation of a federal inquiry into how Minnesota's leaders have responded to federal enforcement efforts, especially in Minneapolis. In a statement, Attorney General Ellison called the subpoena highly irregular, adding that Trump is weaponizing the justice system against any leader who dares stand up to him. The scope of President Trump's Board of Peace is looking broader than first expected, with invitations going out to dozens of nations. The group is meant to oversee the next phase of the Gaza ceasefire. Among those invited, China, as confirmed today by a foreign ministry spokesperson, and Ukraine, according to President Volodymyr Zelensky. That's in addition to Russia being offered a spot. None of those leaders have said whether they'll join, but notably, Norway has declined the invitation for now, saying it undermines the principles of the United Nations. Belarus, Bahrain, and the United Arab Emirates have all formally accepted invitations. Ukraine's President Zelensky says 1 million households remain without power in the capital, Kyiv, following the latest Russian attacks. Air raid sirens rang out last night as Russian forces launched more than 300 drones and missiles. Kyiv's mayor says the attack knocked out heating for nearly 6,000 apartment buildings, even as the country endures one of its worst winters in years. After the strikes, Zelensky said he won't travel to the World Economic Forum in Davos as planned, that is, unless the U.S. has documents ready to sign on security guarantees for Ukraine. In Australia, lawmakers there passed a new hate speech law today, plus gun control measures just over a month after a mass shooting at a Hanukkah celebration killed 15 people.
Order. There being 38 ayes and 26 noes, the matter is resolved in the affirmative. I call the clerk.
The laws create new restrictions on gun ownership and broaden hate speech restrictions to allow certain extremist groups to be outlawed. Authorities say the father and son gunmen were inspired by the Islamic State group. Australia's Home Affairs Minister told lawmakers that under the new restrictions, neither would have been allowed to possess firearms.
The tragic events at Bondi demand a comprehensive response from government. The fewer legal firearms in the community, the less opportunity there is for them to fall into the wrong hands, including potential violent extremists and serious organised criminals.
Australia's Conservative opposition argued that the new legislation could infringe on free speech and criticised the way it was rushed through Parliament. Lawmakers returned 2 weeks earlier than planned to address the massacre, which was the country's deadliest shooting in nearly 3 decades. Vice President J.D. Vance and Second Lady Usha Vance are expecting their 4th child. They made the announcement on social media today, saying their baby, a boy, is due in late July. They said the Second Lady and baby are doing well. Usha Vance is the first sitting Second Lady to be pregnant while in her role. The couple's 3 children have often joined them for official appearances and trips. Netflix is revising its $72 billion offer for Warner Bros. Discovery in a bid to fend off a hostile takeover effort from Paramount Skydance. Netflix is now offering all cash for the company's streaming and studios businesses. The 2 companies said today that the revised deal simplifies the offer, providing more certainty for Warner Bros. Stockholders. Warner Bros. Shares ended about 1% lower today. As for the broader market, Wall Street sank today amid concerns over President Trump's tariff threats over Greenland. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped nearly 900 points. The Nasdaq fell more than 550 points on the day. The S&P 500 posted its biggest decline since October. Meantime, the Indiana Hoosiers are basking in the glow of victory today after beating Miami 27-21 to win the school's first ever national football title. Jubilant fans lined the streets of Bloomington, Indiana after the team capped off an undefeated season under head coach Curt Cignetti. He orchestrated one of the most remarkable turnarounds in sports, turning a team with more losses than any other major program in history into national champions. At a press conference today in Florida, Indiana's first Heisman winner, quarterback Fernando Mendoza, said he's proud of the support he's seen back in Bloomington.
That just epitomizes the Hoosier spirit and foreshadows the many long celebrations that they're going to be. Bloomington's been a predominantly basketball town and basketball city for the longest time, and I think it's a great honor and great privilege to be a part of the team that brings its first football national championship.
The Hoosiers will hold a championship celebration on Saturday, though no details have been announced just yet. Still to come on the NewsHour, the U.S. Supreme Court hears a challenge to a Hawaii gun law that could have national implications. A conservative legal scholar weighs in on the constitutionality of President Trump's actions 1 year since he returned to the White House. And a new book examines a college admissions scandal that exposed racial inequalities in U.S. education.
This is the PBS NewsHour from the David M. Rubenstein Studio at WETA in Washington, headquarters of PBS News.
Hey, just a minute before you move on, I want to say thank you for watching and for supporting us. It's you, all of our viewers, our readers, and our listeners who make everything that we do possible. So thank you from everyone here at PBS News.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.